Welcome back to Cash Flow Upgrade video training course. This is video number 3, creating your emergency fund. Okay, so once again, this is Tiyo Pilo of lifestyleincomeXP.com, and in this video training series, this will be a 6-part video training series. And for today's video, let's discuss about creating your emergency fund. Okay, so let's do a quick review in the 6 steps to financial security. So we explained already yung step number 1, which is yung increasing cash flow. Step number 2, debt management. So ngayon yung focus natin is yung step number 3, creating your emergency funds. Okay? So it's very simple. Again, dun sa wealth bucket natin, meron 2 streams. Cash flow coming in and then cash outflow, yung lumalabas, yung expenses natin. Pero the thing is, whether we like it or not, meron talagang mangyayaring mga emergency. Okay? So aside dun sa mga leak dun sa wealth bucket natin, most of the times meron talagang emergency. So actually, ito yung sinasabi natin, there will be unexpected expenses. Alright? The thing is, yung current or yung usual solution ng mga say Pinoy, okay, is ito, emergency loan. Okay? Emergency loan. The thing is, yung emergency loan, it's basically another problem. Okay? So as we mentioned doon in the previous video, yung isa sa mga leak doon is debts. Okay? So this solution, the real solution would be, instead na we go into emergency, okay, we go into an emergency loan, kasi actually yung emergency loan is still a problem, di ba? So parang temporary solution lang siya. So the best solution talaga is dapat meron tayong tinatawag na emergency fund. Okay? So, hindi emergency loan, kung hindi emergency fund. Ito yung sinasabi natin na expect the unexpected, because whatever the situation is, meron talagang mangyayaring emergency. So, the better thing to do is that dapat meron tayong tinatawag na buffer funds. Okay? Buffer funds. So, a part of our income, we save it, we separate it, so that in case merong emergency, okay, hindi magli-leak yung wealth bucket natin. We will not resort into going into loans. Alright? So, let's talk more about emergency fund or buffer. So, again, ganito yung setup. So, yung present income natin, it's used for present expenses. So, part of our income, we need to set aside. Okay? We need to set aside, and that thing, we can save that in a buffer fund or dun sa emergency fund natin. Para in case meron mga future expenses, alright, meron tayong funds na naka-ready para dun. Alright? So, ganito. Most people, they use credit cards as their buffer funds. Okay? So, actually, that's pretty good because of convenience. Alright? Pero again nga that's a temporary solution. Most of the times, ito yung ginagamit nila, like, hospitalization. Walang pang down payment. So, they use credit cards. Pero again, that's temporary solution because what if wala tayong buffer funds, paano natin babayaran yung ginamit natin for the credit card? Okay? So, yun nga, emergency is a problem. Credit cards is another problem. Okay? We don't go into debt to solve a problem. So, parang mag-snowball na yung problems mo. Okay, so that's why the very, very best solution talaga is meron tayong emergency funds or buffer funds. Again, ito you don't go into debt for emergencies. Alright? So, ito yung paano ka ba mag-build ng emergency fund. Again, income, we need to save para meron tayong emergency fund. So, we have a formula na gagamitin natin doon. It's called paying ourselves first. So, part of our income, before natin babayaran yung mga expenses, we really need to set aside for emergency fund. Okay? So, ito yung recommended. Kapag single, 3 months worth of expenses. Okay? And then, kapag couple naman, married, so meron tayong 6 months worth of our expenses. Okay? And then, next question is, ito pala, example. So, for example, yung monthly income natin or expenses, okay? Mas maganda expenses talaga. Okay? Kasi minsan, yung monthly income, gross pa yon. Pero, magkano ba yung expenses every month? Ayan yung mas important. So, 20,000 per month. So, for single, we need to save times 3. 60. Okay? So, 20,000 yung monthly expenses. So, for single, that's 3 months. So, 20 times 3, that's 60,000. This is yung full emergency funds. Okay? And then for couples, 20,000 times 6, that's 120,000 emergency funds. Okay? So now, you might be shocked. Wow, ang laki. Actually, that's very tough. Okay? So actually, totoo nga it's very tough. Pero, yun nga, if we wanna really protect ourselves, we wanna have a stable financial security, okay? We really need to have an emergency fund. Yet, ito yung tinatawag natin na fully loaded emergency fund. Pero at least, as a start, ito yung recommended. Starter emergency fund, at least meron kang 8,000 to 10,000 in your emergency fund. So that kahit merong, basta merong emergency, at least meron kang makukuha. Okay? So starter lang to. Alright? And then, as we earn more income, we save more of our emergency fund. Ito yung fully loaded emergency funds. Okay? So, the next question would be, saan ba natin ilalagay yung emergency fund natin? So, we need to put it somewhere very liquid. Somewhere na pwede natin makuha kaagad. Okay? So, yun nga. Very important. Recommended natin yung banks. Okay? Kasi merong ATM, passbook, or even checking account. Alright? And then, mas maganda din if meron kang cash. Because emergency what if walang ATM tapos may emergency? Okay? So, maghahanap ka pa ng ATM. Okay? Pero kapag may cash ka, pwede din yun. Alright? So, basically, since full to, like, let's say for example, 120, you can put 60,000 in the cash. You have another, 10,000, 20,000 cash, and then yung 100,000 na sa bank. Pwede ganon. So, if you notice, yung banks, very minimal lang yung interest rates niya. Di ba? In fact, right now, that's 0.25% annually yung interest. Because the banks know anytime you can withdraw your money. Anytime, pwede mong, yun nga, kunin. Alright? So, because of that, they know na yung banks, okay, most bank accounts, they are used for emergencies. Okay? That's why it is best to use it for emergencies. Same thing with checking accounts. Malit lang yung interest rate kasi it could be used for business transaction. Anytime you can just write a check, okay? So, mawi-withdraw ka agad. Alright? So, ngayon, alam mo na bakit. Bakit maliit lang yung interest rates ng banks. Alright? In the next modules, let's talk about saan ba natin ilalagay yung extra income natin para mas lalago yung income natin or yung savings natin. Again, money in the banks, best for emergency fund. Alright? So, pero ito, ano ba yung rules? Dapat maglalagay tayo ng rules para hindi maubos yung emergency fund natin. Kasi, ayun nga, nag-save na tayo, pero wala tayong rules, mauubos din yan. Example like midnight sale. Okay, may midnight sale. Hindi yan emergency. Minsan kasi, emergency to kasi ngayong midnight lang to Okay? So, hindi yan emergency. Okay? Another thing, ano tawag nito? Childbirth, di ba? Hindi emergency yung childbirth. You have like 9 months to prepare for it. Okay? So, we need to really put rules in our emergency fund para hindi natin siya makukuha kaagad or para hindi siya maubos kaagad. So, very important. Ito yung some of the rules that you can follow. Job loss or business slowdown. Okay? Kasi, this is really unexpected. Okay? So, let's say, for example, may job ka ngayon in a stable company. Yes, may maraming stable company pero walang stable job because anytime, pwede kang, pwede kang mawalan ng trabaho. Okay? And then, in business naman, may ups, may down. Okay? And then, ayun nga, minsan, we think that business, lagi lang up. Okay? What if meron kang 3 months slowdown? Okay? So, kaya nga, 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Okay? Another thing, major damages, repairs for homes, business properties, and even car. Like, mga accidents. Okay? God forbid. So, major damages. Okay? Pero, ayun nga, we need to have an emergency fund for this one. Pero, by the way, I just wanna also point out yung car. hindi emergency yung car because every month, every year, may maintenance talaga yan. So, dapat we also expect that. Okay? Pero if major damage, yan yung emergency. Okay? So, sa car, like, yung change oil, yung battery, hindi yan emergency. Okay? So, we really need to prepare for that. Pero, yung major damages, like, yun nga, car accident, that could be, pwede mong gamitin yung emergency fund mo. Okay? And then, illness or death, ito, nobody expects this one. So, it's very important na meron tayong emergency fund. Alright? And then, disaster, like typhoon, floods, okay? Nobody knows when that will occur, di ba? So, that's why we really need to be prepared for rainy days. Alright? So, basically, ito yung some of the rules that you can follow. The very important thing is we need to have the discipline that whatever major na emergency na mangyayari sa atin is that we are confident enough na meron tayong nakaset aside for that one. That's why yung emergency fund, sometimes I call it confidence fund. Okay? Confidence fund because, ayun na, if meron kang pera, iba yung peace of mind. Okay? Pero the thing is, etong emergency fund, basically, it's just like a buffer. It does not really protect you from very, very major na mga scenarios or mga crisis. Okay? Because ito especially, ito yung one main reason bakit merong emergency, yung sickness or death. That's why, in our advanced training courses, we don't just recommend na meron kang emergency fund. We need to build a very solid financial foundation. Okay? Because whatever major storms in our life, meron tayong solid financial foundation. Very important, meron tayong short-term and healthcare. Okay? Short-term and long-term healthcare. Okay? Kasi, again, major sources of emergency sickness or death. Okay? So, that's why meron, yung emergency fund would just buffer, would just catch, let's say for example, yung down payment. Pero most of the time, yung hospital bill, malaki yun. That's why we need to have short-term and long-term healthcare. Another thing, diba? Death. Okay? So, this is unexpected. It's okay na meron kang emergency fund for the burial purposes. Okay, pero how about yung family mo na ma-left behind? That's why very important we understand about life insurances. In our advanced courses, we will also dig deep into life insurances. Okay? And then, of course, debt elimination and emergency fund. And then lastly, okay, which we will tackle in the next following modules, investments. Saan ba natin ilalagay yung pera natin? Okay? Because again, in the banks, very minimal yung interest rates. So, saan ba natin ilalagay yung pera natin na malaki yung interest, malaki yung growth ng money natin? Okay? So, if you learn something in this video, just hit like button, comment, ano yung mga natutunan mo, okay? And then, pwede ka rin mag-subscribe sa YouTube channel ko. And if gusto mo mag-attend more trainings about this one, I have an advanced training course about cash flow upgrade. So, there's a link below. Or, if you wanna attend our free lectures, meron tayong webinar, online yan, or meron din tayong live seminar. There's a link below. Check mo yan. And, yun, I look forward you building a solid financial foundation. Okay? Once again, this is Tiyo Pilo. Have a great day.